South Africa uses solar energy to help end power outages. Nolwazi Zulu, a young engineer, claims that she made the decision to get out and do something about the frequent power outages that plagued her neighborhood as a teenager. Ms. Zulu, who is now 25 years old, hails from rural Kwazulu-Natal on South Africa's east coast. Since 2008, her province, like the rest of the nation, have experienced periodic blackouts known as load shedding. This is the result of South Africa's state-owned, outdated electricity grid and its mostly coal-fueled power plants' inability to meet demand. The South African government is now pursuing initiatives to increase the quantity of solar power generation in the nation. Currently, it hopes to obtain 1,000 megawatts more of solar energy, which would be sufficient to supply the nation's 1 million average houses with electricity. Only 11% of South Africa's electricity currently comes from renewable sources, mostly wind. Art Solar, the sole maker of solar panels with South African ownership, is one company that received one of the solar bids. While continuing her studies at the Durban University of Technology for a diploma in electrical power and engineering, Ms. Zulu works in the design department of this organization. She claims that solar panels can provide power to many rural homes that aren't linked to the mains, in addition to assisting the national power infrastructure. I want to open an Art Solar branch in Yolandi, where she was raised, and bring solar to Yolandi, Ms. Zulu exclaims. With the license from the German company Bosch, Durban-based Art Solar began producing solar panels 12 years ago. Together with a fellow German business, Telson, it currently produces panels for the South African and global markets. According to General Manager Vereen Gose, the government's promotion of solar energy has given the business the confidence to construct a new plant with the capacity to produce 650,000 panels annually. Last year, Art Solar completed a high-profile contract to supply solar panels for a private hospital in Durban. Another solar energy company, Zola Electric, provides a solution for power supplies that disregards national grids altogether. It seeks to build independent mini-grids for villages and other communities rather than connecting solar panel farms to national power infrastructures. We must move beyond historical ways of thinking about energy availability, especially in Africa, according to Bill Lenihan, CEO of Zola. In addition to switching from fossil fuels to renewable energy sources, he continues, people in emerging nations are beginning to question the viability of a single electricity system. 100 years later, people in regions like Africa do not have access to functional grids and will not acquire functional grids since it is not an sustainable technology for growing economies. For the 20% of South African houses who are not linked to the grid of state energy company Eskom, Jay Naidoo, a former minister in Nelson Mandela's government, is a supporter of the idea of such distinct mini-grids. According to Mr. Naidoo, our goal is to empower rural communities, especially women and the youth, who contribute to economic progress. Imagine being able to meet all of our requirements with a micro-solar grid that is controlled by the community. EarthLife Africa, a South African environmental advocacy group, has long demanded that the nation use more renewable energy. EarthLife Director Makoma Lakala laments, "We've missed out on investing in solar." A request for comment was not answered by the Department of Mining Resources and Energy of South Africa. Ms. Zulu says she's overjoyed that Art Solar is actually intending to open a branch in her neighborhood as the company ramps up operations. Mr. Gose claims to be optimistic about the future of solar energy in the nation. South Africa has incredible lighting, and a lot of daylight equals a high rate of return on investment. If you learned anything from this video, then like this video and then share this video with your close friends. Please make sure you subscribe to our channel as we will release more great videos in the future.